When a woman cheats, these 7 actions will expose her. Let's be honest. Suspicion has a way of eating at you. And when you start wondering if the woman you're with is being faithful, every little detail starts to feel like a clue. But cheating rarely comes out of nowhere. There are always signs, subtle shifts in behavior that tell a deeper story. In today's video, we're breaking down 7 key actions that tend to expose a woman when she's cheating. Some of these are easy to miss if you're not paying close attention, but once you know what to look for, they're hard to ignore. 1. She suddenly becomes overly protective of her phone. Picture this. You've always had a pretty chill vibe when it came to each other's phones. Maybe you'd pass it to her to cue up a song, or she'd ask you to answer a message for her while she was driving. No big deal. But now, her phone has become Fort Knox. She keeps it face down. She starts locking it more frequently. She jumps a little when a notification pops up, and God forbid you so much as glance at it. Suddenly, you're the FBI and she's invoking her right to privacy. This shift isn't about privacy. It's about hiding something. And more often than not, when someone's cheating, their phone becomes the central hub of guilt. Texts, calls, DMs, it's all there, and they know it. 2. Her schedule starts getting strangely busy. Now this one can sneak up on you. Maybe she used to have a predictable routine, but lately she's suddenly working late, going to new events, or taking more solo trips to clear her head. Sure, life gets busy, but the difference here is how vague the explanations are. When you ask what she's doing, the answers get thinner than a slice of deli ham. Just stuff. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. It's like she's trying to fill her calendar with alibis, but she hasn't memorized the script well enough to sell it. And deep down, you can feel it. These aren't just innocent plans. They're distractions. 3. She gets emotionally distant, then randomly affectionate. This one's confusing, and that's the point. One moment, she's pulling away emotionally. Conversations feel like you're talking to a brick wall. She stops sharing her thoughts, stops asking about your day. You're basically roommates with Wi-Fi benefits. Then out of nowhere, she's extra sweet, touchy, even initiating intimacy more than usual. And it feels off. This whiplash is often guilt in disguise. She's trying to cover her tracks by overcompensating. One minute, she's caught up in the emotional roller coaster of the other guy. The next, she's trying to convince herself she's still loyal to you by acting normal. But it's not normal. It's a performance. 4. Her stories start contradicting themselves. Remember how in school, if you didn't study for the test, your answers got messier the more questions you were asked? Same idea here. When a woman is cheating, she often builds a web of little lies to support the big one. But here's the thing. Liars forget details. They misremember timelines. They tell you one version today and a slightly different one next week. You might notice tiny slip-ups, like saying she went to dinner with a friend, but later referencing a different place entirely, or claiming her phone died when she was out, but somehow her Snapchat story was posted during that exact time. These inconsistencies are like cracks in a mask. Eventually, the truth starts seeping through. If you're the kind of person who notices the small things that don't add up, comment details below. It's always the little clues that give everything away. 5. She becomes hypercritical of you. Suddenly, everything you do annoys her. The way you chew, the way you breathe, the way you exist. This might feel like it's coming out of nowhere, but here's what's happening. She's subconsciously creating distance to justify her behavior. If she paints you as the bad guy in her mind, it becomes easier for her to rationalize what she's doing. It's not that you've changed. It's that her guilt is screaming at her. And instead of owning it, she starts projecting it onto you. Picking fights becomes her emotional defense mechanism. 6. She stops planning a future with you. Here's where the emotional undertow really shows up. She used to talk about your next vacation together, where you'd live one day, or what kind of dog you'd get. Now, radio silence. Plans become vague. She avoids commitment. Even basic next week conversations start sounding like you're asking her to sign a lease on the moon. That's because mentally, she started disconnecting. She's already exploring other emotional or physical connections, and the idea of a future with you doesn't align with where her heart really is. This isn't just distance, it's a quiet goodbye. 7. Her gut reaction to confrontation is defensiveness or guilt tripping. Okay, let's say your instincts finally kick in and you ask, hey, is something going on? If she's faithful, she'll be hurt, maybe even confused, but her priority will be clearing things up and reassuring you. But if she's cheating, she'll probably react in one of 2 ways. Either overly defensive, wow, I can't believe you don't trust me, or she'll flip the script and make you feel guilty for even asking. This emotional judo move is designed to make you back down, but don't fall for it. If your question brings more hostility than honesty, that's a red flag waving right in your face.